Welcome to Crypto Trading Tutorial for Beginners, Part 2, The Language of Japanese Candlesticks. All right, so if you've ever pulled up a trading chart, you know what I'm talking about, right? All those red and green bars, it can look totally overwhelming. But what if I told you it's not just random chaos, it's actually a language? And today, we're going to learn the alphabet together. And believe it or not, this alphabet, it tells a really simple story. It's the story of a battle that's happening every single second, right there on your screen. Okay, so here's the absolute core idea, the one thing you need to get. Forget all the complicated numbers for a second, just think of it like this. It's two armies. You've got the buyers, we call them the bulls, and they're always trying to push the price up, and then you have the sellers, the bears, who are trying to shove it back down. Every single one of those little bars, we call them candles, is basically just a snapshot of one round in that epic nonstop. So how exactly is this battle drawn out for us to see? Well, let's break down one of these candles. We're going to dissect it. You'll see that each candle is made up of just three simple parts, and those parts tell us exactly what went down in that round of the fight. First up, we've got the body. That's the thick, colored part, and honestly, it's the most important piece of the puzzle. It tells you two things: where the price started, the open, and where it ended, the close for that time period. Think of it as the main battlefield, you know? It shows you the real territory that was won or lost. All right, next are the wicks. See those thin little lines sticking out the top and bottom? They show the real chaos of the fight. They represent the absolute furthest points the bulls and the bears managed to push to. It's like they made a charge, they gained some ground for a moment, but they just couldn't hold it by the time the round was over. And finally, the easiest part of all, the color. Seriously, this is simple. It's just a quick visual clue, like a flag planted on the battlefield to show who won. It lets you know just at a glance who came out on top when the dust settled.
So as you can see here, there are really only two outcomes. If the candle is green, it means the price finished higher than where it started. Simple, right? The bulls won that round. If it's red, the price finished lower. That means the bears were the victors. It's really that straightforward. Green means up, red means down. That's it.
Okay, so now we know the letters of our new alphabet, right? The body, the wicks, and the color. Now for the fun part. We can start putting them together to actually read the full story that every single candle is trying to tell us. Now, this is absolutely crucial. A total beginner might just look at the color, green or red, but a real chartist, someone who can actually read these things, they look at the shape. Because the shape, that combination of the body and the wicks, that's what tells you the real story. It doesn't just tell you who won, it tells you how they won. You know, was it a super close fight? Was it a total blowout, or did one side just run out of gas? Let's take a look at a classic story. We call this one the hammer. So here's what happens. The sellers come out swinging. They attack with everything they've got and they push the price way, way down. You see that in that long lower wick. But then just when it looks like it's all over for the buyers, they launch this incredible counterattack. They just storm back in, they completely undo everything the sellers did, and they manage to push the price all the way back up, closing right near where it started. I mean, what a comeback. So, what's the takeaway from that story for us as traders? Well, this hammer shape is often a really powerful bullish signal. It's telling us that the sellers gave it their absolute best shot, and they failed. They're probably exhausted. Now, here's a little pro tip for later. Context is everything. Seeing a hammer after prices have been falling for a while, that makes it an even stronger clue that the momentum might be about to flip. All right, you've learned the alphabet, you've read your first story. Now it's your turn. Pop quiz time. Let's see if you can use this whole battle metaphor to figure out a different story all on your own. Okay, so picture this in your head. It's the opposite of the hammer. You've got a small little body down at the bottom, but this time there's a really, really long wick sticking straight up. The buyers clearly pushed super hard, but then something happened. So, based on our whole battle story, who do you think ran out of steam? Who lost the momentum right at the end of this fight? If you said the buyers, you nailed it. You're absolutely right. That long upper wick is the giveaway. It tells us that the buyers went on this heroic charge, they pushed the price way up to a new high, but they just couldn't hold that ground. The sellers fought back and forced the price to close way down from that peak. This candle, sometimes called a shooting star, shows that the buyers are getting tired. And just like our hammer, seeing this pattern at the top of a big price run-up, well, that's a pretty strong clue that things might be about to turn around. See? You're reading the charts.
If you need a daily analysis of the market and useful tips about crypto trading, subscribe to Trade Compass and hit the bell. See you in the next part.